So what can you do with a simple tool like a pencil? A simple drawing tool like a charcoal, a pencil, a graphite, a red chalk strips away the complexity of color theory and complex medium and so on and so forth, so we can focus or dive deeply into the subject that we're studying and not just cover it or copy it, but uncover it. Look inside, look into its depth, grab lessons. The pencil is the most immediate access we have to the subject because it's so quick and direct. It's the most immediate access we have to fundamental lessons up to the lesson of color theory, of course. It's the most direct access we have to unravel what a great master might have done by not just observing what they've done, but exploring what they've done in a tactile sense. It becomes part of us. So we just spent an afternoon in intimate acquaintance with the great master, Michelangelo, in his studio. This great drawing of his study for the Libyan Sibyl, which is a huge painting on the Sistine Chapel ceiling, was drawn in red chalk as a study ahead of that painting. And this is only about 8 by 10 inches. That's all it is. It's so perfect. You can blow this image up to the size of a building and it still looks perfect. Can you imagine finding a natural chalk in the ground, turning it into some sort of pencil, and then doing something that's that brilliant? Here he did all sorts of anatomical studies and then rendered a male figure just beautifully as a study for a great painting. Now, in the painting, you see that he actually changed the position of the hand. So he wasn't copying this drawing when he went up to the Sistine Chapel ceiling to paint. Instead, he took his experience. He took his experience. And we're actually doing the same thing. We're doing what Peter Paul Rubens did or Carpeau did when they went to Rome to what maybe lay on their backs, look up the Sistine Chapel ceiling, and draw Michelangelo's paintings. They did that as their own study work, and we're doing the same thing. What a great experience to take our pencils into a cultural experience and learn things that we would not intuitively do as artists from great masters. So what did we learn from Michelangelo? Well, something that's really obvious with the great Renaissance masters is they looked at form as a very important study. Form was big to them. Anatomy was big to them. And so the way they rendered was to make form very obvious. Michelangelo was actually sculpting, crafting every single muscle. You can see the deltoid, all of the back muscles on the scapula, the scapulary spine. It's all there. It's beautifully presented for us, just like an anatomy photograph. It's amazing. But one more thing that I've learned from Michelangelo and Raffaello Santi is they loved working in lines. Lines, lines, lines. There are only some specific areas where they put mass drawing in, and that's where the terminator, or that beautiful form shadow that happens as a form turns away from the light, that's where they did mass drawing. So exciting. So sometimes I wonder, and ever since I was a kid, I was just enthralled by the power of the great masters and what they did by hand in the way of architecture in Europe, in the way of Baroque interiors, in the way of painting, sculptures, drawings. How did they make drawings look so powerful is the question. Today we have drawings that tend to want to imitate photographs, drawings that are trying to be photographs. A drawing is a drawing, a photograph is a photograph. These men drew drawings with power. And so they utilized every trick that could be utilized to give a dynamic expression, both on the surface, in the contour, and in the big form. Just amazing. One thing that's cool is you'll notice the old masters, where there are converging forms, they would emphasize that. They would emphasize it. They would make it darker right at the converging form. Rubens did it, Raffaello Santi did it, Michelangelo did it. And it created this beautiful contour that was not mundane or static, but was dynamic and gave us an expression to notice these great moments in the drawing where they want us to look. They want us to notice where forms converged. That's why they really emphasized elbows and knees and other features of the face where we see a hard edge that's represented by bone. Great lessons, great experiences with our pencil. Come join us. We do this all the time. We dive deep into the world of great masters with our pencil. We come out exploring and learning. And I maintain knowledge never stifles creativity. It gives us new ways to project our voice. And this is just one of them.